What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Awesome Nerd Show. I am Zeo, back with another McFarlane Toys wave of DC Multiverse. And with the set, they're continuing on with the Dark Knight medals. So unfortunately, we don't have the first wave yet that comes with all the cool characters that started at like Walmart and stuff. We haven't got our shipment in yet, but we did get the second wave. So more Dark Knight medals figures to go along with this set. So first up, we got Robin from Earth -22. So we get a really weird looking version of Robin. And then of course we get Batman from the Metals comics. And then we get the Batman Who Laughs, which was in the very first wave of the McFarlane toys, but this time he comes with wings and different looks. And then we get an infected Superman, which is cool as well. And then if you can see all the pieces there in the side, we get to do a collect and build, as it says down there at the bottom, of the Merciless, which is pretty cool. It's a nice Wonder Woman character that goes along with the Dark Knight medals. So just overall very cool. So unfortunately though, I don't know a whole lot about the characters because I don't read the comics or anything anymore, but I will read the cards because they have all the information back there. So I'm excited to get this, mostly just to build the Merciless. That's what I care most about. But let's go ahead and get these open and check these puppies out. So we're starting off with the Robin from Earth -22, and it looks pretty cool. It's just, you know, looks like a Robin, which is kind of funny that we haven't really got an actual Robin in this set yet. So our first Robins we're getting are these little, I think they're called like crow Robins or something, but they're, anyways, they look really cool. So they have really weird faces. We did buy 3, which I'll show here in just a second, and unfortunately we did get all the same heads because with these they come with 3 different head sculpts that you can get, and of course we got all 3 the exact same, which doesn't really matter. My brother doesn't care which ones he gets. We just need 3 to go along with the Batman Who Laughs, but it still looks pretty cool. So it has the same Robin design that we've seen, like the classic Robin design. So as the face there, he of course has the weird creepy smile though with the sharp teeth and everything, but still has the little mask there around his eyes in the green. His hair's all flowing and everything, and it's got the green details on it, which look cool. Ears coming out to sharp points there, and of course his skin is all white, so very Jokerish there. Then again, that classic Robin outfit, so a red shirt with all sorts of yellow details, the yellow R on it, yellow collar with a black cape hanging down off the back, which is all torn up. And speaking of on this color there, he does also have the little chain hook there, which has some chains that the Batman Who Laughs can hold and control the Robins and everything on leashes. But I do like the little details of like the stitching there around the shoulders, but then you can see more of the white skin, and he has some all sorts of like little tears and scars, like maybe he's been chewing on his arms or something. Looks kind of weird. But the green gloves there on his hands. But going down, we still have the utility belt there in the yellow, and then the little green tights that have the like little scaling details, and then his legs go into white again, and again looks all nasty and gross, like he's deteriorating pretty nasty. And that continues down the legs to get to the little shoes at the bottom that have the big high tops there and everything, all in the green as well. So for the figure movements, though, his head there can twist all the way around. He can't really look down at all. I don't know if there's something wrong with his head, but he can look up there because his down is just pretty much straight on. But then we got the shoulders that come up a little over 90 degrees there and can of course rotate all the way around. We do have a bicep twist there, and then a single elbow joint that bends up about 90 degrees there, but then the wrist can twist around and are on the ball joints once again that I absolutely hate, so can flex back and forth a little. No real ab crunch or anything. Like, it feels like he does have some movement, but of course his shirt is all solid so you can't really see, but it feels like he may have a little bit of movement in there, but I can't really tell exactly what it is. And I don't really feel that there's a twist at the waist either. But then we got the hips and the legs don't really move forward very much. The green tights don't allow it to move, but they can come out to the side a little bit, and has a little bit of twist in there, not a whole lot. Then we got the single knee joint that you can see there, and it just comes up probably about a 90 degrees from where it bent, so not too high up actually. And of course they already do kind of start at an angle. And then we go down to the feet where it has the ball joint there, you can see, so it can rock back and forth there, so pretty good. And then has the twist as well. And finally with these we get the little toe joint at the end of it. And of course with their weird knees and everything, the way they're bent, it is hard to get them to stand up, so you have to really mess around with their feet and everything. But as I mentioned, we do have 3 altogether, which I think there's total of 4 we'll see in the picture, but here's the other 2 that we got along with this one. And again, you can see they have all the exact same face and all the exact same figure, but it's cool to have multiple with them. And of course they fall down like that, so that's why we got to have the base, which speaking of, we can go to the accessories. So we do get the base that comes with him, so I'll go ahead and pop him on. So there, he'll stand up a little bit better now. We do get the body piece for Merciless, so the big old body part here, and you can see like the Wonder Woman logo there on it, so very cool for that. We'll see later. And of course finally we get the card, so there's a look at the picture. So we go Robin from Earth -22 from the Dark Knight medals. You can see all 4 of the Robins there with the Batman Who Laughs. And if we flip around, we got some of the same details. This is from Teen Titans number 12. Robin has a height of 5'6" and only weighs 84 pounds. Wow. But of course it says, hailing from Earth -22, this is one of 3 young boys who were infected by absolutely nightmarish Batman Who Laughs to become his own brand of twisted Robins. Kept on a chain link leash, this sinister sidekick follows the evil Dark Knight's bidding, fighting tooth and claw alongside the other Robins to take down any enemy. So there we got a little backstory there for the Robins and everything. So overall, I think it's pretty cool. It, like I said, is hard to get these to stand up, and I wish we did get at least some variation in the head sculpt, but we got all 3 exactly the same. So overall, not too bad, but again, this is a very niche sort of Robin. This isn't just your standard Robin you could throw in with any of your other figures. This specifically goes goes with the metals, but I think they still look pretty cool and awesome to go along with that. And next up, we've got the Batman from the Dark Knight's metal series, and this looks pretty cool. I think this Batman looks really awesome. So of course we have our standard looking Batman with the black cowl over his face, the white eyes, and his like grimace there on his face, because of course he's after dealing with all the crazy villains. And then his outfit's the pretty standard gray and black, so he has the black cape, of course, to go along with the cowl, the black gauntlets and gloves, and the black boots, and then gray everywhere else. But I really love the whole bat logo here on his chest as the yellow outline along with his bat belt as well. So the chest logo there looks pretty cool. Again, love the way it's designed with the yellow. And then of course there are some like grooves scratched into his chest and everything, which look cool. And he has those little scratches all over. It's hard to see some of them, but like there's one in his arm. I know he's got some there on the side of his leg, so it's all pretty cool. You can tell he's been in a fight. And I like some of the color variation. If you can see, there's a darker grayish color here and right there on his biceps as well, so that's pretty cool, and on his inner thighs. I like that variation. And the gauntlets are pretty cool as well. They're these big beefy gauntlets. They have the nice design into them. I hope you can see that. But the spikes on the gauntlets are pretty pointy, and they've actually kind of scratched me a little bit. And the belt looks awesome as well there, going all the way down to the boots. Has the same material as the gauntlets. You can see the details on it. But the boots overall to me look kind of dorky. But for his movements though, his head there can twist a little side to side. So his head is completely fused together here, so as like the cowl would be. So his only movement is right down here in the neck, so allows it to move back and forth a little bit there, and a twist side to side, but again, not a whole lot of movement because it starts to pop the joint out. His shoulders come up over 90 degrees and has the butterfly joint in there, and of course can rotate around. He's got the bicep twist and the double elbow joint that bends all the way up, so again, really good movements with these, except for the wrist that can twist around just a tiny bit within the gauntlet and then flexes back and forth a tiny bit. But then we've got his ab crunch, so he can crunch forward and back, and he twists there as well, and then he has the lower one as well, so he can crunch a little bit even more further and back right there at the waist. His hips come up a tiny bit again. These movements are really hard, especially when they have like this underwear piece over it, so it doesn't allow as much movement, but you can kind of force it up there to a 90 degrees. But out to the side, he can pretty much do the splits. No thigh twist on these though. He has a double knee joint that bends up that far, so really good movement. And then finally, foot's the same, so it has the ball joint that can rock back and forth and twist side to side, and then has the toe joint at the end. So overall, not a bad Batman. And like I said, I really like his chest logo in the belt, just with that outline of yellow. I think it looks pretty cool. He does have some issues standing, so I have to have him at a weird angle, as you can see there. But again, we'll have to put the base on him. And speaking of, he of course comes with the base as well, so go ahead and pop this on. So there we go, no issues standing now. But what's cool about this Batman is his weapon. So instead of like your standard batarang and everything, he comes with two axes, which I think look pretty cool. So, and I like how they're not two of the exact same. They do have different designs and everything, so that is really cool. So these are awesome, so I'm going to try and get these into his hands. So there we got Batman looking all badass with those two axes in his hands. I think that just looks super cool. And then of course for the Merciless parts, he comes with the two arms for that. And finally we have his card. So there's a picture of him with the two axes and everything from Dark Knight's Metals. And if we go around the back, it's from Forged from Metal, A New Age of Heroes. Of course, real name Bruce Wayne. He's 6'2", 210 pounds. And it says, as a child, Bruce Wayne watched as his parents were brutally killed in Gotham City's crime alley. Traumatized by their death, he devoted his life to becoming the world's greatest weapon against crime, the Batman. To become the ultimate vigilante, the Dark Knight disciplined his mind and body to reach the pinnacle of mental and physical superiority. He's a master detective and an expert martial artist, but his greatest weapon is his mind. Batman has a plan for every occasion, as well as high-tech weapons, gadgets, and vehicles to assist him in his relentless pursuit of justice. So your standard Batman story that goes along with this. But overall, I think this is pretty cool. I think having the axe thrown in looks really cool, and again, just that yellow on the suit just makes it look awesome. So this is a really good looking Batman in my opinion. And next up, we've got the Batman Who Laughs, and we've had this before already, just a little bit different looks here, but overall looks pretty cool. So it has the same sort of like little features, so it's that big old smile similar to the Robin's, and I like how they put like a shine on it, so it looks like it's all slimy and everything, but it has the big giant teeth and the mouth open there like yelling. And then he has the metal band around his head with all the spikes coming off, and of course the two little prongs up to make him like Batman. And then his outfit's just an all black leather outfit that has all sorts like segmentations, everything like all sewn together. It reminds me a lot of like Hellraiser's outfit or something. But he has the band around his chest with the ball in the center, which I believe is from Hawkman, which we'll see along with the gold there on his stomach. But then again, just the black continues down with like the long trench coat all torn up and holy and everything, the all black pants and the high black boots there that look all thick and metally. And of course, like the Robin, you can see he's got the white skin there around his mouth and then the white hands and with his sharp claws there on his fingers. So as I mentioned, we have had him on once already. So here's like the normal Batman Who Laughs. So you can see a little bit of the difference. Of course, doesn't have much of a smile. I think the jacket's pretty much the same. It's just like this one seems more smooth and just like a normal version, but this one has a lot more details added into it. But this one's all torn up and probably further into the series. So for its movement, so his head there can twist a little side to side, but again, because of his chin and the collar on the coat, can't really move too much, but he can look down and up, so get a little movement there. His shoulders come up 90 degrees and has a little bit of the butterfly joint. His doesn't work too well. well. It's pretty stiff. His left arm moves a little better, but it can rotate around within the jacket as well. And then he's got a bicep twist and a double elbow joint that comes up that far. And of course the ball joint wrist that can twist around and flex back and forth. Again, probably has an ab crunch in there, but with all the material, it's kind of hard to get it to do anything. And he actually has a twist at the waist, so his waist can twist around in there. Then we got his hips that come up. Again, got to stretch them out, but it'll go up to 90 degrees and can go out to the side a little bit. Can't fully do the splits. Then we got the double knee joint that bends all the way up, can go around and kick his own butt. And then the foot flexes there on the ball back and forth and can twist all the way around with the toe joint on the end. So as I kind of hinted at it earlier, so he has the chest piece there on him that I mentioned was from Hawkman. Well, within this, he ends up taking Hawkman's wings off and putting him on himself. So he comes with the Sky Tarrant wings, and so those are his accessories. He's got these two giant wings that we can take and pop into his back. So there I got the wings popped in on him when they're pretty cool. So of course they are on the joint, so they can move around and flex back and forth. You can have them both out to the back like that if you wanted, or just have them fold flat so they're there to the side. And then they do have the additional joint right up here, so they do fold out as well, so you can get really wide wingspan movement there and everything. But that looks super cool to me. Of course, he's super hard to get to stand up with the wings. It just pulls him back. So of course he does come with the little base, so we'll pop it on. So there, that helps him stand a little bit. But you can also use one of the bases from like the Superman and everything and try and put this around him and, you know, have him up in the air kind of like he's flying and everything. So if you have this base from the Multiverse figures, you can use that too if you want him actually flying. For the Merciless pieces, he comes with the head and the two like shoulder pauldron things, and then also the sword for that. And finally, we have his card with the Batman Who Laughs with the Sky Tarrant wings. So he's from Hawkman number 18, his real name Bruce Wayne. He's 6'2" and 190 pounds, so he's lost weight. And it says, born from the nightmares of the dark multiverse, the Batman Who Laughs is a hybrid version of the Batman and the Joker from Earth -22. The twisted version of Batman was created when nanotoxins from Joker's heart were released into Bruce Wayne's bloodstream, causing the Dark Knight's perfect mind to merge with the warped psyche of the clown prince of crime. He soon became part of an attempt to plunge the entire multiverse into ultraviolence, chaos, and utter darkness. After being initially defeated, the Batman Who Laughs managed to survive and remains a threat to the greatest heroes of the multiverse. So there's a little backstory and kind of explains how he became this and how it is still Bruce Wayne but mixed with the Joker as well. But it looks very cool. I think the wings on this just look absolutely amazing. I think that just adds so much to this figure, and definitely a better looking version of the Batman Who Laughs in my opinion. So this is just awesome. And our final figure of the set is Superman, the infected version of Superman. So when I first saw this, I just assumed it was Bizarro because his suit has more of that purple tinge to it and then the off red color. So I'm like, oh, this is just Bizarro. But it turns out it's actually Superman and he's just been infected. So you can really see that there in his face, like just the way he's got the smile on, kind of like the Joker, and all the lines and darkness there around his eyes. But other than that, it's pretty much your standard Superman, like I said, besides the colors being off and then the all torn up cape there, as you can see with all the holes and tatters. But other than that, it's just your standard Superman figure that we've already gotten. So the face, you know, looks pretty normal besides all the weird features and everything, but his hair's still all black with the part and the whole comb over and the little twirl, has the blue highlighting on it and everything. And then like I said, the cape looks all the same except for as that purple tint is still the Superman underwear with the yellow belt and then the red boots at the bottom. So for his movement, so his head can twist there side to side about that far. He can look down and look up. Again, not a whole lot of range of movement. Shoulders come up at 90 degrees and it has the butterfly joint and of course rotation. Then we got the bicep twist a little bit in there and a double elbow joint that bends up that far, so again really good. Then we got the wrist that twists all the way around and can flex back and forth. There you can see his ab crunch right there in the middle, so he crunches back and forth and can twist at the top there, and then the lower crunch down at the waist. He can crunch even more. And again, the hips come up there, and if you're forced, you can get closer to the 90. Out to the side, he can do the splits. Then a double knee joint that comes up only that far. And then the foot flexes back and forth on the ball and can twist around in there with the toe joint at the end. So overall, you're pretty standard Superman, like I said, just a little bit different with his looks. Of course, has the base that will pop him on. That, of course, helps with the standing. And just like I mentioned with the Batman Who Laughs, you can also use this base if you want to make him flying, since this did come with a Superman originally. He does come with some extra hands, so he has the two fist hands on already, but if you want to have him to have some like gripping and grasp hands that, of course, will fit better with like being infected and everything, you can switch those out. And for Merciless, he comes with the two legs for that. So there we've got all of Merciless now. And finally, we have his card. So there's a picture of him being all infected from Superman the Infected. And you can see some little claws like Robin's claws or Batman Who Laughs there. And on the back, it says it's from Batman Superman number 2, Kal-El Clark Kent, which we already know. He's 6'3", 235 pounds. And it says, sent to Earth from the dying planet of Krypton as baby Kal-El, he was found by farmers Martha and Jonathan Kent and raised as their son Clark. As Clark grew up, the radiation from Earth's yellow sun gave him extraordinary powers, which he kept hidden. Now fully grown, he uses his powers to protect his adopted world as Superman. The Man of Steel is virtually invulnerable and has the powers of super strength, super speed, and flight. He also has enhanced senses including heat vision, x-ray vision, super hearing, and super breath. In order to infiltrate the Batman Who Laughs crew, Superman infects himself with the supervillain's deadly nanotoxin and goes undercover as one of the infected. So I like how they threw the story there at the end of it, how he infected himself so he could infiltrate Batman Who Laughs headquarters and stuff. So pretty cool overall. It kind of gives us an explanation for why Superman looks like this and everything, which I think is pretty cool. So now that gives us all the pieces for Merciless here, so let me go ahead and just put all these together. So here I got Merciless put together, and this thing is super crazy awesome. Of course, it's a pain in the butt with it being a Build-A-Figure, having to pop all the limbs and stuff on, and this thing having spikes all over and everything just really like tore up my hands, and now my hands hurt really bad and everything, but that's just what we have to deal with. And I don't even have him fully put together, like some of his legs still has like a gap in here I couldn't get it together, but this thing just looks awesome. And so I did look up Merciless to know about him, and this is actually Bruce Wayne, but it's from Earth -12, and he got the helmet of Ares, so the god Ares, which gave him this cool suit and everything, and he's like the main villain of Wonder Woman in that Earth. But this suit just looks awesome. I love the whole metallic blue. He's all armored out and everything. Of course, fits perfect for Ares. Since he is Ares, he does have the Ares style helmet there that has, of course, like the all like metal and stuff. I don't know much about helmets and everything, but because it is Batman as well, he also has the wings that come up off the side, which look really cool. And especially there on his chest, he has the Batman logo, but it has the Wonder Woman on the center of it. But again, as I mentioned, he's just all armored out and everything, so he's got all sorts of cool armor pieces, and just the details that are crafted into him just looks super awesome. I like the whole belt here with like the skulls and all the chains hanging down. The gauntlets look pretty cool with all the design. It does have some silver dry brush painted over the top of it. The feet going down with the different segmentations, and I like the fur there on the back as well. So it's pretty standard movements, but pretty limited though, so his head can look up and down there a little bit and then twist just a little bit side to side. The shoulders come up over 90 degrees there and can rotate around. It has the butterfly joint, and I like those shoulder pieces do here move around to get out of the way. No bicep twist, but he does have a single elbow joint that only comes up to maybe 90 degrees there, so not a whole lot of movement. But the wrist can twist around a little bit and then flex back and forth, but real stiff. He does have two ab crunches, so the upper one there as usual, so you can crunch back and forth and twist there, and then the lower one down and at his waist, so you can crunch just a little bit more and then twist more as well. His hips come up just a little bit there and out to the side. He can probably do the splits or close to it. Then he's got a single knee joint that only comes up about 90 there, and then the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side a little bit there, and then the toe joint on the end of it. And then this Merciless also comes with his sword as well, so this sword just looks super cool with all the details and everything, all in gold. So let me slide this into his hands. So there he's got the sword and just looks super badass. This figure just looks absolutely amazing and cool. Now I can't wait to finally get our other metal figures and put this with it and just have more of the whole set, and this will just look super awesome. So here's a whole Merciless Build-A-Figure way, and you can see the height difference, like how tall Merciless is compared to all the other figures. So the Batman here is up a little closer, so he's a little taller than he should be compared to that, but you can just see how awesome they look all together. I think this wave's pretty cool. The Superman's the only one that's kind of like a letdown to me. I don't think he's really that important or looks that cool, but all the others look very cool and all fit together perfect for this set. But let me know what you thought of this DC Multiverse set down in the comments down below. Do you like these figures? Do you have these figures? Just let me know in the comments. Of course, please hit that thumbs up if you did enjoy this review, but thank you all for watching. I hope you stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next video.